Welcome to Travels with Tiffany, where I'll be sharing my recent trip, my birthday trip to Montreal. That was June 21st to the 25th. It didn't get off to a good start because both of our flights, I went with my cousin, both of our flights got canceled. She was flying out of Philly, I was flying out of Boston. They were canceled, but we were scheduled for like hours later, and so we lost like 8 hours of our day. But once we got there, well, I got a generous pour on my flight. It was very nice of red wine. We stayed in a nice 2-bedroom apartment that was ended up being like $470. It was in the Hochelaga Maisonneuve area, and which was great because there were so many things around. And our metro was maybe like a 15-minute walk to get to the metro to go anywhere outside of the neighborhood, but it was a very nice area. It was lovely. We actually, that first night, we went out to this just have pizza at this place called Heirloom. It just said H outside, but it was Heirloom. And Montreal. So that wasn't Heirloom in the previous video. That was the Le Blind Pig, which was recommended to us after we got out of Heirloom. Somehow this is an electronic chip, but it's literally just a picture. Like, this is all paper. I don't know how they make this work, but we're gonna try it. This is the weekend unlimited weekend pass for the metro and the bus. Literally paper. So that weekend pass was just $13, which was really great because we went many places over the weekend. We went up to Notre Dame, Rue Notre Dame Street, but Rue Notre Dame because it was very French, and I didn't actually expect for there to be so much French, but there was. That is their official language. In Montreal, and I actually went there just because I wanted more of a European vibe without spending Europe money. So this was by the port. We had time to walk around before going to our Notre Dame show, and we met some really nice people there. One was from Delaware, and she lived in Montreal for 5 years, so she gave us like a lot of good tips about where to go, and told us how safe of a city it was. This was inside of it was called Le Dep, but we found out like Dep means the dépanneur. Was it dépanneur? Something like dépanneur means like convenience store. So there's a lot of like dépanneurs, but that particular one was a super decked out one. It was really gorgeous the way they decorated it. This is inside Notre Dame for it was either before or after the show. We couldn't film actually during the show. During the actual light show. There were actually still lights happening before and after the show, but not like the extravagance of the light show, which was pretty ominous actually. Like the music was ominous. It was pretty scary. Which is just is funny. It just reminds me of this comedian I recently saw on the trip I just came back from, where he was talking about how scary Catholic Church was. And I didn't find going to Catholic Church scary, like actual Catholic Church. I went to Catholic Church for a year because my stepfather's Catholic, but it's a lot. I'll say that. Could never breathe because of all the incense, and the getting up and kneeling down like 4 times was a bit much, but I did enjoy the styrofoam wafers. So yeah, we did this light show. It was about $26, and which is actually $19 American. So yeah, I was just like, man, I'm spending all this money. But then you realize, oh wait, it's actually less. When you log into your bank or whatever, your credit card app, and you're just like, wait a minute, it's less, yay. Although I did still spend a lot of money. So we did this show. When was this? This was, I'm confused. This was Saturday because we got there Friday night. So this was Saturday. This was scary. I was walking around. I was like, what is who's whispering, and it was like coming from the confessionals. So a little bit creepy. Yeah. So I had to walk away after a bit. But I didn't expect. Montreal was definitely more was definitely far different from what either of us expected. Like I said, I wanted to go somewhere that was, good. They gave me European feels, but not, had to spend your money. And so, but I definitely, like, every time I'd seen pictures of Montreal, I saw like all this great architecture, which I feel like somehow I missed somewhere. Not that I didn't see some good architecture, it just wasn't as much as I expected. And I really thought it was going to be really like, French, but it's not French, it's Canada. So it was definitely different, and it was definitely like so many free, like bohemian, alternative people. I was really surprised. There were so many people with locks, more white people with locks than black people with locks. More like everybody was tatted up. Everybody had like different colored hair, even like older people, like I'm telling you, like people in their 60s or something, 70s, like with dyed blue and green and pink hair. It was really cool, and also like super attractive men there. So I live in a city where I literally will maybe see a cute guy like every 3 months, if that. I'm not joking. I don't see people I'm attracted to where I live. It's like a bummer. But it's like every corner. I was just like, oh my gosh, this is where all the gorgeous people are. Like, I need to move here if I'm trying to like date, because everyone was gorgeous. And not just like, oh, you're cute. Like, no, like I didn't know people this attractive existed. So yeah, that was a surprise. Actually, we ended up having like a challenge for ourselves to say like "tu es beau" to people, which I actually ended up doing like on night one when we were at Le Blind Pig. But yeah, so anyway, at this place I was going to say that to the guy that was sitting next to me on the left, which is out of frame. But this was like a Middle Eastern place. I think it was on Catherine Street or something. There was like some kind of huge event festival happening, and we sat and people watched inside this Mediterranean restaurant. And okay, so this was Sunday, and I don't know, some of my pictures are stretched out, but we walked up to the Mount Royal area. We were going to the La Plateau, which is on the way to Mount Royal. So the people that we met the day before, they were like, yeah, go here. Everyone goes here on Sunday just to relax and smoke weed. We don't smoke weed, but we're like, oh, go check it out, because they said drum circle, and both my cousin and I like to drum. We both have djembes, and we do African dance. So it was like super like freeing thing. Like we just danced while we were there. We ended up meeting this guy who was like next to us while we were like watching the drummers and while we were dancing. And my cousin was like, he looks like Chris Brown. And I'm like, which he did, but like he resembled a little bit, but much better looking and not crazy looking. And so we met him and his friend, and we actually ended up, my cousin speaks fluent French. Even though the French Canadian accent was a little bit difficult for her, but she was able to communicate, which was nice for her to be able to practice her French more and use it more. And also, okay, so I don't speak French, so it was nice having her, but also you can't survive because a lot of things are have, like, if you go to restaurants, there's usually an English side of the menu too, and I only spoke to like one person who didn't speak English, and that was like the person who I said "tu es beau" to, and he's just like, I don't speak English. And I was just like, okay. Well, I said "you're cute." I said it in English, and then I was like, "tu es beau," and he's like, oh, merci. But anyway, so we ended up going with these guys that we met at the drum circle, because they were gonna drop us off at the market we were going to. And this is us in their car dancing. Don't ask why we hopped in cars with strangers, but we did. So, yeah, it was fine. So after the market, we actually ended up at this sushi place, which was outside of the market. Sushi everything, literally sushi burgers, sushi pizza, sushi wraps, and I had just vegetarian sushi. This is our walk home from the metro. Then we went back to the Notre Dame area later that night to go to Boho, where they had all these cool drinks, and I had beet hummus, and I had a drink called I'm Still Alive, because obviously I am still alive and I was celebrating my birthday. I wanted to go on my birthday, but they're not actually open on Mondays, so we went Sunday night. And then underneath Boho is a speakeasy, and you just ask to go downstairs. It's called Clandestino. It was super, super cool. I have I don't remember what it's called, but I do have a picture of the menu with like my drink ingredients, but I'm not gonna have it up here and get sued or something, because like there's literally like nothing on their website, so they probably don't want anything there, because obviously it's a speakeasy, so it's supposed to be like secretive. So, but it was very like, a lot of the drinks were like Mexican inspired or something, hence the Day of the Dead cup. So, but mine had like hot peppers in it and chocolate. That was what was in my alcoholic beverage. This was my birthday breakfast, and just we walking outside. There's a lot of Bell telephone booths. Like there's telephone booths everywhere still, which is awesome. And I didn't know Bell still existed, because here it turned to AT&T in the States. This is me just taking selfies, birthday selfies, obviously. In the apartment, this is in my bedroom. I had a deer, and those glasses I actually found in Boho the night before. And we ended up at Antidote for dinner, which is a vegan spot that was like 20-minute walk from our place, which was awesome. And that's just funny, this shirt. We had like a Mexican style burger, and like one that had pear puree, and so we split the two burgers, and they were both, well, I still don't know how I feel about the pear puree. I would eat it again though. And I had to take pictures, because obviously it's like my colors, like the turquoise again, it's like honestly like my brand colors of the website, like turquoise and the tan and the green, and like I just loved this place. I would go back to Montreal just to eat at this place and get like 5 burgers and try all of their smoothies, and yeah, it was totally cool. And then it was perfect, because on the mirror it says "2A boat." Well, actually, this is slang that says "table," and I should like never speak like this. The French would just look at you dirty using the slang. So this is like my birthday pastries, which we went out earlier that day to get, and it was really sweet, because the woman, like, I couldn't decide between which chocolate one. We had 3 pastries, and I couldn't decide between the 2 chocolate ones, and so she gave me both. This is me after I just figured out the espresso machine, which is not a Keurig, so I was just like, what is this? How do I make it work? And I finally figured it out to have with my little birthday cakes. And yeah, so this is on the way back, and still a very generous pour of red wine. This is Hard Bite. We kept seeing this brand everywhere. The chips are really good, and love that. Dropping mad beats. And then this is all like my Pirates booty from the trip, like candy wine that I needed to get, because I can't get that kind Negro Amaro pretty much anywhere. And that was my trip. Yay!